Hello, everybody. I'm Myloreal Anderson, the former training director. I just want to first start off by saying thank you, everybody that has called me, text me, emailed me, DM me, Facebooked me, etc. If I'm missing one, I apologize. The reason why I'm doing this video is because of the last 48 hours, I just cannot take all the phone calls, all the questions, everything that's going on, and it's a lot easier just to make a video to explain it one time so that I am very clear on a few things that may be a misunderstanding or things of this nature. So the first thing I want to say is I am not no disgruntled employee, nothing like that. I still support NAAGA. I still support the mission, especially the mission. I myself has always been a paid member. Even though I worked for them, I was a paid member because, again, I support the mission and supported the mission. So that has nothing to do with this. The next point I want to make, my training team are their own people. What they do, don't do, are their own thoughts and opinions. Please don't rope me into what they do. They're saying what their thoughts are, whatever they do, they are their own people. All of us are our own individual people. I'm no one's owner. I'm my own person. What I did is because I felt that was the right thing. And I stand on integrity. Integrity should not be a secret. When you have integrity, you don't have to make secret meetings and go behind closed doors. Everything is open and transparency. And anyone out there that knows me, please, when y'all see this, comment on that. Let people know who I am so that they don't get confused or just allow folks just to talk. Let them know. I don't have nothing to hide. And also, I just want to thank, I don't know if I did this already, but I want to thank again all those supporters, all my sponsors that support me, because some of their sponsors were my sponsors for them and vice versa. So I just want to say thank you to all of you guys' that support also, because a lot of you guys have reached out, because a lot of you guys know me. And you guys know how I am, and I'm big on certain things like character, integrity, honesty. Heck, there are 4 pillars that I stand up on for every relationship that I have, no matter what. You got to have trust, communication, honesty, and respect. Those are the 4 things I stand on as a man, and you can't even have a relationship without those things. Now, let's get started. The easy way to go about this is to kind of take you down memory lane and kind of show you guys, I guess, kind of where I am. So first and foremost, I want you guys to understand the 4 pillars within NAAGA is just safety, training, education, and community. In the training department, all those things have to do with us. All those things. And I have to make sure that I am upholding those pillars, because those are the 4 things that we kind of stand up on outside of the mission and things of that nature. So when I first got in this seat, it was December of 2021. When I got handed this seat, okay, remember, I got certified before I even got the seat. I'm thinking everything was great, because I got certified from Tiff and Akil. And I'm thinking that they were just a representative or they worked for them. I had no idea. When I got in the seat, it wasn't no training department. And all of you guys know that. Please comment and let them know that I'm not lying. Let us know that everything I'm saying is real and I'm being honest, okay? If I'm going to be transparent, let's be transparent all the way, because that is the only way that we're going to move forward, okay? When I got in this seat, I got handed a PowerPoint deck from Tiff and Akil. They Dropboxed that thing to me. Shout out to them. And I got handed a couple of pages on the website to do some stuff to add to actually make better, and an email. That was it. So within that time, now in that first month, I was getting to know people. It was a lot that I really did not even know what it was. But let's be clear, and I want this to be very clear to you guys. You don't get into a nonprofit thinking you're about to retire and you're going to become a millionaire. I know that. I'm very clear on that. That's not why I got involved. I didn't get involved with this organization because I thought I was going to be a millionaire and I was going to retire. No. So let's just make that clear, okay? Speed things forward. Throughout that month, doing things, just getting used to things. And then towards the end of the month, it was Christmas, 2 weeks off, whatever. Come January 2022 is when things start revving up. This particular time, that's when I got serious. I started making calls. I started just researching. I started doing what I do naturally. So between that time towards the end of the year, I was really laser focused in a box building the training department that you guys see. Nobody helped me with that. I did that. And I'm not going to allow someone to take that from me. You can ask any other NAAGA instructors or anybody. I did that. Now, I'm not saying I'm the sharpest tool in the shed, but don't slight me because that's the truth. We want to talk about the truth. I worked my blood, sweat, and tears into this organization. It even hurts my feelings to even make a video like this because, again, I still support the mission. That is not my issue, okay? So throughout that year, I was in a box. I wasn't worried about what other departments were doing. I wasn't worried about nothing. But throughout that year, I realized I'm doing a whole lot of work. So I asked for a laptop. I was told we don't have the funds. That's fine. So I bought my own. No one asked me to do that. I did it on myself because, again, I believe in the mission. I believe for the cause. Speed things forward. I was working. I asked for a Microsoft Word license because I'm thinking, well, there got to be a license around here because I got to do Excel. Like my work kind of shifted because I was doing budgets and other things else, trying to figure out what's going on. We don't have that. No problem. Bought my own. Got to the point where after we started to hold our first class for the end of the year, because again, how the debt got sent to me was Dropbox. So I'm naturally thinking, and by the way, Akil's the one that educated on me about Dropbox and how it can really be utilized in a lot of different ways, like storage and other things. So I was like, that's dope. Well, asked them, well, hey, can y'all get me Dropbox? It's only like $19 or whatever a month, whatever. Nope, we don't got it. We can't afford it. No problem. Again, I'm not really listening or not believing. I'm just like, okay, we don't got it. I'll take care of it. Those things were taken out. I paid those things out of my own pocket. So I came in spending money, which is okay. I'm telling you guys right now, I am perfectly okay with me doing that. Again, I did not get into this thinking I'm about to be a baller. This is why I still have a full-time job as a police lieutenant, okay? A full-time job, okay? I didn't quit my day job to do this. I just worked a lot of overtime and extra hours in my week, 60, 70, to make sure things were getting done. And those that know me can vouch this, okay? So on the end of this year, okay, that's when I held my first class. And it was people like Clayton, Antonia, Dre, Kat, and Jason, and they can contest to that. That was my first class. Now, the reason why I shut down the department when I first got in this seat, almost about that full year, because there wasn't no department. There wasn't no SOPs, no standards, no nothing. Nothing, okay? So how do you do business if there is no business? You can't. So that's what was my main focus. And a lot of people may not have understood, or maybe they thought I was just chilling, but not until I started teaching, they was like, oh, snap, that's what he was doing. Absolutely. You can fact check all this stuff. This stuff is not just, I'm not pulling things from the sky. So once we got the first class started, the proof, the concept was that first class. Everybody was phenomenal. You can talk to those people, okay? If they're listening, comment in there. Let them know who you are. Ask them questions so you guys can see. So once I got the proof, the concept down and everything was okay, that's when we revved back up. And it was until 2023 in February is when we actually did the real big class. And that's when y'all saw I went to Vegas. Now, how that came about was simply the West region at that time was having some issues. I'm not going to get into that because that's whatever. And they was told that we were going to take care of them. Well, the caveat to that was I necessarily did not say that at first. That was a directive that came from up top. They said what I was going to do, so I did it. The problem was the organization didn't pay for me to go out there. I paid for my own flight, paid for my own hotel, food, everything. I even paid Clayton to help me out there, and thank God that I did. And even some of those people, even when you count the number, some of those people, like Miguel and stuff, who hooked me up, that got the range for us, I had to give him a discount to be able to do stuff, and I comped him and then I ended up paying for the range and buying everyone lunch every single day. And all these people can tell you this stuff, all the things we had to print, all the things that we had to do, all cost. And the little bit of profit that I did get, I gave to my team at that time. They can ask, they can verify that. I didn't just take anything, but thank goodness that I did, because it's not like I lost money, but it's not like I made money. It was almost like a wash. No harm, no foul. Again, for the cause. Now, notice that time date was February 2023 of this year. Now, before that, about November-ish of 2022, up until about March, my team was pro bono. They didn't get paid. They were volunteers. But before that part, before they start helping me officially, the reason why those two came about, because Ron reached out to me a while before that, was like, yo, I really want to do some stuff. He showed me his skills. I watched him over time, and that brother is cold. He works so hard, okay? He works hard. Darn good man. And where Akithia came from, she's one of my black belt sisters. I've known Akithia for years. I've got a chance to see her work. Her family's home with my family. I've known her for years. Okay? We've done so much work together, but one of the things that her highest skills is, outside of a lot of things, is she can build sites. And she knows IT work and all that stuff. That's not my strong suit. I'm not gonna lie to you, that ain't my strong suit. But some of the smartest people in the world, go get the people that do it better. If you're the smartest person in a room, you need another room. So I went to another room and I got two of the best people that I knew at that time, okay? That's how they came about. So when I got to her, I was like, yo, we need a portal, because how can you have a training department without no portal? Look at NRA, look at USCCA, look at other training entities. But at that time, when I talked to NAAGA, there wasn't no funding for it. I was always told, we don't have it. Okay, fine, no problem. She got on board as a volunteer, not getting paid, spending $300 a month out of her own pocket for the expense of having the portal on the platform, and built it for the love of the culture, for what we're here to fight for the mission and everything that we believe in, and I still believe in. NAAGA didn't pay for that. They did not. And that was that way for many months. And it wasn't until, or per I was told, that the part of NAAGA legal or whatever got within his ear, and he came to us talking about, well, we need to own that, because the training department really owned the portal first. We was paying for it. That was not anything. So he offered her $8K. She took it, because it came down to a point of either you're going to take this or y'all can basically go away. So she was like, well, at least I'm going to get paid for my work, which I'm good for. And it was no problem. And it was a switch. And what happened around March time, I guess maybe he believed that they was ready to get paid or whatever the case may be, but they had real value, because Jerron was already showing his value in what he was doing in the curriculum and getting it certified. Okay? So what ends up happening is, I believe it was sometime in March. I don't really want to go into dates. I don't want someone to be like, well, you was off a day. It was March of this year is when they first started really getting paid. And they have been getting paid $200 a month for all the work that they do from the organization. I've been making a little under $1,000 every month for doing the work that I have. And that's only because I believe he valued the fact that I actually made a whole department. And at my title, I believe, okay? And that was some tooth and nails in the beginning to really prove my worth. But I think y'all can see I can do what I say I'm gonna do, okay? I don't act like I can cook and then I don't do that. I stay in my wheelhouse. I love training. That's what I'm on this earth to do. I absolutely love it. So speed things forward. You guys saw me do a couple of classes, and I know I got a lot of emails. Well, why are you guys not doing all this class? And you guys, most of you guys have heard me get on a lot of those calls. It's because I did not want to monopolize it, because we were the only ones that can actually give the course at that particular time to make more instructors. Well, to me, we looked at the optics like that. If you're looking at only 3 people teaching the course and making all these instructors, that wasn't to me, as a director, I made that decision because I didn't feel that was the right thing to do. And a lot of you guys can vouch this because you was on the call, same call as me, and I told you guys that. That was the only reason why we did a few classes, and not until after that next class, that's when, once we start making more instructors, and this year, okay, this October is when we were supposed to make training counselors. And if you look at my schedule, people like Rich Archer, Kyle Thompson, and the guys in New York and all this stuff, they were going to come down, and all these posts was going to be certified to be able to do these things, because at that time, they like Mo and Vic and all these people, they were going to be the first TCs, and not until next year, January 1st of 2024, were we really scheduled to really start cranking it out. Because again, then couldn't nobody ever say, well, why is Myloreal the only one making training instructors and capitalizing all the funds and all that stuff? Because I don't roll that way. That's not me. It's never been me. It's not going to be me. Okay? So during that time, there was a there was another strategy that I approached, because just like with NRA, you got to buy all the training materials to make the instructors or whatever. And then with the USCCA, if you make an instructor, they get their portion off the top or whatever the case may be. And that's that. So I was like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, why don't we do that? Because if we're broke, okay, then why not, when we make instructors, at least 150 of that goes to NAAGA, national, and then 250 of that goes to, when you make training counselors, then at that level, that goes to NAAGA. Okay, again, because I'm trying to come up with funding, because all over here, we don't have it. We barely have enough, which again, I'm not arguing that. And I want to make this very clear. I know what I got paid for my work. I accept what I got paid for my work. I'm not complaining. I was competent. I wasn't sick or disturbed. I'm very clear on what I made, and I accept it. That is not my issues at all. I would go back right now if things would change for free as a volunteer. But things must be right, because that's how much I believe in this mission. That's how much I believe in this organization. I don't want it to fall. But if we're going to be the change, you must be the change that you want to seek. We can't keep pointing to everybody outside of this culture when it's the inside people, when we're hurting ourselves. But I'm sorry, but I have to stand on what's right. Anyway, speed things forward. Convention's about to come. We're all amped up about this. I never got paid for the convention. I just got my new job promotion. That's how I became a lieutenant. I had to take days off. That was no pay. I didn't get paid for that. I was supposed to. That didn't happen. The day before all that stuff, I had to pay for my own hotel. It was only a few days after that they covered that. They did cover that. But me and Akita had to share a room. Yes, it was 2 queen beds, and I told Jerome, well, you can share the room with us. He was like, He paid for his own room. They ain't reimbursed him yet. That's a problem. Because we were told that was, but not by Shania Daniels, because I was told by him. Don't talk to no one, because that's what Phil does. He wants to be that guy, but that's fine, because you're the president. You can do that. No problem. So I never did anything. She did everything that she could do, because I believe if she would have known that, it would have been a little different. It would have been a little different. But I follow, because on my chain of command, I follow chain of command. When I got in this, if it's the president, the vice president, and me as one director of over here, and Shanae as the director, and then legal and all these other, and then everyone else kind of falls, that's a chain of command, so I'm going to follow that. I came into a position when he told me, I am directly to report directly to him. It's him, then me when it comes to training, and my team. So I said, yes, sir. That's why I did not even go that route, because I listened to what he wanted, regardless of anything. So it's all good. So we gave up our time on that, and we were all on a call. Shanae included, and Jerron and Keithia, when we talked about that after the convention, that part of our good job and doing all this hard work, that we was going to get just a little trip down to Florida. Just a weekend, just like, a breather. That didn't happen. Again, whatever. That wasn't, my issue really started at this point. We all get on a call. And out of his mouth, he says, we make between, I don't know if I got this from, because one time it was 60, one time it was 80, but I believe he said, and there was other people on this phone call that can vouch that, Timothy, Shania, Oliver, myself, Jerron, Akithia, Nazita, we weren't the only ones on this phone call, okay? That the profit was made was $80,000 from the convention, okay? Another email I get, we all have to be volunteers. So everyone is about to become volunteers because we broke. Long story short. That's when this became a little difficult for me. Because here's one thing. You have a Keithia over here that still pays for a subscription for part of that portal that has, like the whole calendar thing, that came from her still, kind of like how I play Dropbox still, at my own funding. And you have people out here really doing work, like real work. So again, my thing is this, if we broke, we broke. If we don't got it, we don't got it. If our funds that we have in the bank is only gonna cover all the necessities, fine, not a problem. So I pick up the phone, I have a conversation. What is going on? If we are in the red, because I'm confused, how can we go to volunteer status if we just got all this money? I never got the answer. The response I got was this: if you have a problem, you can step down and just become a training counselor and just teach, because that's what you're going to do. And that way you don't have to worry about money because you'll be getting paid for all that. I said, I'm not about to just do that, because what that sounds like to me, aren't I still putting money in the pot? Because for every instructor is $150, every training counselor is $250 to you. And that's the reason why to this day, talk to Rick Archer, Kyle Thompson, all them, I just refunded all their money from the class I was just about to have next month for them. In full, full refund. You don't play like that with people that will march on Washington for you. So my response to that is, no. What do you mean? Well, you can step down, your team can go, whatever the case may be, and y'all can be volunteers or not be volunteers. Because essentially, there's people that would love to be volunteers and take your seat. And if they don't do whatever, there's always going to be another volunteer, because people love what we do. They believe in NAAGA and they will always volunteer for NAAGA. So I said, I'm just asking a very simple question. If you're asking me to work for free, which again, I'm making it very clear, I got a full-time job. I didn't get into this thinking I was about to retire. Okay, it's a nonprofit. I don't know anyone that's ever retired from a nonprofit or become a billionaire from that. There may be some, I don't want to be misquoted. I don't know if there's one or two out there. I don't, but from the people I know, you don't get that. My only question was simply this: if you are asking me to be a volunteer and no longer want to pay me my under $1,000 and my team $200, because remember, I have a team, I'm a director, right? So when I report that to my team, or I have to answer for that and they're asking me questions, I got to give them a response. So naturally, I have to talk to you about this anyway, outside of myself. Because remember, there's a chain of command. You're the boss, you're the president. And I get told that type of answer, and then I ask again in a different way. Well, I'm just simply just trying to find, like, if we're in the red, if we need to get our sponsorship, how can I help? Because I'm not laser focused in the department. I built everything up. My team is doing these things. Juwan's over there certified in all these other states. He just got another state approval doing his thing. She's over here managing the portal and everything else. Then what's really going on? Then tell me how you can utilize me. He said, I don't have to tell you nothing. I run all the finances. I run all the money. Can't no one I don't have to talk to you about nothing. So then my response is simply this. So what you're telling me, you're in control of all the money, all the finances. No one votes on anything. You just do what you're going to do. And if anyone basically has any questions or gets in the way or stops or gets burnt out, you just replace it with another volunteer. And when they get tired, you're going to get another volunteer. And then you use the words like, what's strategy? What does that mean? Didn't get a response. No problem. At that time is when I realized that there was a problem. Because how could we be for the people and there's no transparency? Because then, see, now my mind, and now we're into September now, but it was like mid-August, late August, early September. I don't remember no more. I can barely sleep because this stuff, it hurts my feelings and it makes my gut hurt because this is where I want to be. But how can I call myself a director and be so high in this organization? Because remember, the president, vice president, me, Shanae, and all the other directors and everyone else falls underneath. How can I be that high and hear something like that? What are we, building America on slavery again? Just because you have the numbers to do that? Do they know that? Because remember, I'm a Mason, I'm an Alpha. I'm always going to stand up for what's right. I'm a man, I'm a lieutenant. I have a duty to act when something is wrong. I'm not just going to stand by and because when you tell me something, I'm supposed to do something about it. I'm sorry, but so then I had that conversation. So for those that's like, oh, well, you should have handled this privately. I got two responses for you guys. I tried. That's why this was weeks old in the coming. That's why you didn't hear this from me weeks ago. First of all, because I told that man that you got to get some things in order, and if you need to step down or fix some things, then that's what needs to happen. I won't say nothing, but it has to be a change because there's no way that I can look my mama in the face and she say, boy, I'm so proud of you and in my lifetime that I can have my son being part of such an organization and be able to see that. And I'm having all my friends sign up and I'm vouching on this platform and this social media and all my sponsors, I'm doing all this stuff to know that you're okay with people just working for free, and when they act up, you're just gonna get another one. That's your mindset? So I challenge, who has done all that? And if you have, if you're part of it, comment in there. Let us know. Let us know what you have done. Because I'm interested to really find out, because this is crazy, okay? And here's my thing, if that is the case, then just let us know that. But all these smoke and mirrors and sleight of hand and magic tricks and all this, don't say something. And my second response brings me to this, for those that say, handle it quietly. That's what's wrong with our culture right now. Everything is behind closed doors, family business, this and all this type of stuff, which I agree to that as an extent. But if you're going to be for this type of community, for this type of change, what's with the secrets? What is with the secrets? Where's the character? Where's the integrity? Where's the honesty? Especially, I feel I have the right to ask this. If you're asking me to work for free, just tell me, then where is it going? Show me a document. One. Just one. Because everything I'm saying, I can prove. I can prove what I paid. Other instructors can vouch what I have. These are not secrets. I'm just asking simple things. Don't get upset because now all of a sudden, because I don't even want to be a TC. Because to me, I'm still putting money into a pot that I don't even understand where is it going. And I darn sure don't want to stay here and hear that and be okay with that. See, a lot of people say that whole term, if you see something, say something. I actually believe that. I'm not just going to hold my phone and just be idle. I'm going to act. Because that's what a man is supposed to do. If you really want to do change, sometimes you got to make a decision in your lifetime. That's hard. But I got daughters. And I want them one day to say, if this all comes blowing up or whatever the case may be, Daddy, you knew, but why didn't you say anything? This is hard for me to do. Now, again, I'm not accusing him of doing anything wrong. I don't really know, but that's the problem. I don't know. I don't know, and I think everyone else deserves to know. I really do. I'm not accusing him of nothing. The things I said is a fact. I don't really I can't see no doctor because there was none provided for me. And I waited for weeks. I'm just simply saying, does anyone else think about that stuff? Because I worked for the organization, and remember, I was a paid member. So I was speaking from a member's perspective and an employee perspective. And someone that did labor of love, that also gave a lot and never got nothing in return. And let's be clear, I still don't want it in return. But I was also that type of director that every time there was any extra money that I made doing classes, I gave it also to my team. I split with them. When Akithia was paying for the subscription, I cut a check out my own personal money and gave that to her. When I was doing any type of anything, no matter if it was $50 there, I wasn't cutting $1 million checks. Nah, I ain't that rich. But I would give 50 there, 25 there, 100 there, whatever. These are all facts. You could ask my team. Out of my own pocket. Because that was the right thing to do. Because they was only making $200 a month. Working hard. So in short, my issues, and I want to be very clear, I would come back to NAAGA today. Monday morning, go back to work like nothing would happen. And would run the department. And would do a darn good job. And give all my blood, sweat, and tears like I always have. But I cannot, knowing, if your view really is that view, that you're just going to just do all this free labor, not care, some type of strategy in that, and there's no receipts of no kind that no one can show me where it is actually going, and then you expect me to really work even for more for free? I think anyone that asks someone to do something for free, at least you can ask them, what is it for? Can you show me where is it going? Because that brings me to another problem. If there are 40,000, 50,000, 30,000 members, times that by the membership by the year. But I don't know those numbers to be true. I don't see no receipts. There could be a lot of non-paid members, and that's fine. My whole thing is this, even if there was 5 paid members, where is that showing at? Because see, that brings me to another thing. If that is the truth and there are those many paid members, I think we can all do the math and where is it going? And if there's not that many paid members and that was not the truth, well, that brings us to another problem. Why is it a lie? Something is wrong and I smell something fishy. I'm not like the other people that's going to just sign a non-disclosure agreement because all of a sudden you got money now to make someone sign a non-disclosure agreement. I ain't signing nothing. I'm going to stand on something that is correct. If we're going to change our community, we got to start with ourselves. Any of you guys want to reach out to me, you know where to find me at. I'm not hiding behind nothing. I love all of you guys. I respect everybody. And if anyone still wants to train with me, I'm certified in a whole lot of stuff. I can't always travel to you now, but if you find yourself in Georgia, I got you. Training is what I do. I appreciate y'all. Much love.